or fish for it, but he has been getting a lot better for it. But now here's a really bad matchup. MK's Ken's really bad because this character cannot land. This character cannot recover. Focus does not work because of several of his multi-hits.
Yeah.
It's just really rough.
Yeah.
Like, MK dies early, but how are you hitting him when he has that down tilt?
Yeah, one of the highlights you just said there and all those disadvantages is landing, and just Meta Knight is just going to be finding a home in that disadvantage. Because again, those strings are just the name of the game. But again, the on-stage combo setups that the FGC characters are known for are showing their colors right now for DAF, previously known as Haze, previously known as a whole bunch of other tags. But
for Kirito, the Black Swordsman. The long list.
It's pick a name out of a hat and
take a shower, please. That's my favorite.
That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one. But rocking that DAF tag, and he is making right now BONK sweat for it as BONK trying to go off-stage aggression, just again putting out a flurry of efforts, and for the Ken to get around him, it just expended a lot of his recovery, I guess.
Oh, so. There he goes. Cutscene combo.
Touch.
I don't know if there's anything he can do about this. You died at actually 0 from the left side of the stage.
Unbelievable way to get out from left to right, like you said. And but I mean, off the back of things, DAF is playing really well on stage. Not a scratch on him right now.
I don't know why he went that direction. He was in front of him. That one was kind of deserved.
But it's designed in his character, blah, blah, blah. No. DAF is probably swearing in his head right now.
Oh, he definitely is.
That Sakurai
fell out of my... Yeah, he's the game's gonna end. He fell out of my up special. But I mean, if there was one thing Ken does have in this matchup, is Ken kills early, especially off of Shoryu. And MK's Light... the hard part is connecting those buttons, but once you if you get that down tilt or that up tilt, he's gonna pop to that Shoryu. I'm honestly a little surprised he lived that one, the first one, but second one to take it.
Great use of focus there to cut through again the flurry of options that Meta Knights are going to throw out off stage, and sort of hopping off that in and off that platform rather to try to find that nair connection in. Great parry as the Street Fighter out for 3, but still living off of that. DAF again finding hard press to get that ledge control, and just
miss some puts.
Too much of the focus.
Yeah.
We're too focused.
As see the world around him, quite literally.
Missing the forest for the trees, and getting sent down there. BONK taking a swig as, again, formidable on stage, but off stage and in the skies, that is just Meta Knight's home, and finding the victory off the back of that is BONK right now.
Yeah, I'm curious to know how long DAF is going to stay Ken, because he does play other characters. He does play a few winning matchups, but I don't know how confident he is into them, or even if he even wants to play them. Like, he can play ZSS, but that requires him to Zero Camp for 7 minutes, and he doesn't like doing that, so probably,
I mean, on paper, like the side B of all things would just be a huge stifle for BONK, who finds a lot of stuff primarily off dash attacks. So like, I might see it in a Game 3 scenario.
It depends how much he wants to win, truthfully.
Exactly, yeah. Like,
if he really wants it, we might see it. If not, he might still win Ken.
This might be a risky feel-it-out game, if not a feel-it-out game overall. But if we do see the Ken lose here, I think his ZSS is at least more than 50% the more viable option.
Yeah, and another thing we're kind of going to see Ken struggle with is ledge playing. His ways to hit ledge playing characters does like not exist. It's literally run up down smash or like jump and try hit them with a down air and hope they're big enough to be hit by the down air and you space it correctly. Otherwise, his options are pretty bad for hitting it. MK can ledge playing at least to an extent. He won't get that much off if he is an option, but buffering that air dodge out of the side B, if he didn't, I think he could have up-beat immediately and been fine, unless it would have been too much hit lag. Or hit stun.
But if you're putting out a recovery hit to get back to stage, there is nothing that has your back more than that Condor dive. And speaking of having your back,
what a fun matchup.
Again, just...
There's a reason why Kanoka doesn't play this.
He makes it look so rehearsed, but it is like huge tracking of DI.
Yeah, it is hard.
Yeah, and BONK again just makes it so effortless, and again, why he's obviously top Meta Knight, at least in the United States, if not in the world. And again, just being pinned where nowhere to run to, and just biding his time off of the feet of Ken, utilizing the shield so effectively. and then one little moment to get your strike in, and he's just pushed Ken to that left side of the stage, pushed on 70 damage, and right now DAF finally has some control, and again, a blind Shoryu going to be able to take out there, but 70 damage, not a whole lot, if at all, is needed before another clean sweep off of that up B, sending to the sky, sending BONK into that round 2 victory, and sending DAF on that staring down scenario of another 3-2 swing. Otherwise, you're getting an early send down to losers.
Yeah. I don't really. It's just really hard to say like what you can do better as Ken other than don't get hit by dash attack, don't get hit by the combo starter.
That's a big ask though.
Yeah, and there's so many ways to up into them is the other problem, and I feel like Ken really struggles to carry those areas effectively, and there's not much you can do. I did not hear a character change, so we're sticking with Ken for all 3 games.
Interesting.
I don't agree with it, but his other practice characters also don't like. Other than ZS, it's like he could play Little Mac. Little Mac's still good, but like I mean, Little Mac's somehow a better matchup, which is really funny and really terrible. But like, we'll see what the Ken can do. I'm gonna have to play a lot more poke heavy and play just a really slow tempo and just play to not let BONK get his win con. But
except for those double blind Shoryus, he did use Tatsumaki to get that a little bit of a more assured combo, I guess, than going for the kill nearly every time. So, again, just calling out that high recovery. You want to gravitate more towards the leg snap scenario where at least you have a chance at some invulnerability frames. Otherwise, you're staring down this. You lost one stock, you nearly lost the second one, and you're fighting back to stage. Meanwhile, you've already accrued 82 damage. Just everything's turning up BONK right now.
Oh, I saw DAF shake their head. I think they might have wanted Shoryu instead of Crescent Kick, which, yeah, they just kind of get missed. I was just hoping he'd fall out. I thought it'd be really funny if the both of them just didn't work. But something I've kind of noticed is you can see BONK is very confident in this matchup. He just knows how to abuse Ken recovery so well. Like, Ken, he just raw upbeat Ken when he's in the top left to take away his first stock. I've never seen him do anyone else like that.
Yeah, I'm wondering how much rage factors into the viability of some of Ken's combos, because we're seeing DAF connect a lot with them in the early interactions, but he's having a hard time, like, when he needs a little more for that Shoryu to kill, but he doesn't have enough on there. He needs one more combo to do that. I'm seeing a little bit of difficulty getting that extra damage tacked on.
Yeah, truthfully, I'm also not sure how much rage affects it. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, very. You're dodged in! Oh my word!
The godlike SDI saved him. Because if that didn't, I know BONK was ending him.
Rolling the dice so much on a lot of options, but it's keeping BONK guessing, but you don't want to do it all too often because you're in his
that was supposed to kill him. Oh, goodbye.
And again, why do you do that? You were in the skies, just
DAF
hard fall,
like
hard fall, but
like,
you're harding faller. You're falling harder into losers, even more so.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Get the upset into a quick 3-0 is a little painful.
Thank you.
I've VOD reviewed, or maybe not me VOD review. Have watched people VOD review for him, and one of the things is that people tell him is his recoveries are really bad sometimes, or he'll just kind of unnecessarily go high.
Yeah.
And you should just kill him for it. And BONK just kind of did that every time. He's like, "Oh, you're going high again. Bye."
Yeah,
if I can't bridge you, I'll let you bridge yourself.
There's no ground under your feet. Oh, okay. My neck of the woods. All right.
Do you know my up air goes under you? I can do 7 more? Let me show you.
7? What is this character? My God. You're lucky, other regions out there. Are you lucky you don't have someone like BONK?
Well, if good old Stars is watching this
there you go. Yeah,
there's one in there who he thinks is actually better than BONK and Lucashito.
Is that right?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
I think he's higher on shoe stats, but his shoe stats, so take that as you will.
Shoe stats. Okay.
But regardless, Lucashito is a pretty solid player. I don't know. He probably is not ladder nearly as well as BONK does, because I don't think anyone will ever ladder as well as BONK does. And of that being exists, I'm scared.
If that being exists.
Because he's very good at that.
What hath God wrought for a character that can do 9 up airs? My God.
Hey, speaking of seeing a bunch of up airs, the other one's back on screen.
There we go.
Yay!
Key making his return, but facing down that the threat that
number
he won
2.
Yes.
I must have seen number 1, but it got changed.
He was able to claim this victory on stream, but we'll see if he can fight against, like you said, one of our top seeders. And the stage pick is going to be pretty crucial here.
a good one.
Music pick, you know,
It's more important than the stage sometimes.
Especially around recharge. Like,
Yes.
we know to take our music pick seriously, so it's going to be Kirby giving giving Key the Eagles power up, as it were, like playing in Lincoln Financial Field, as it were.
Screaming just just start screaming the Eagles shit at him, which makes it even funnier because he's from Georgia.
Exactly. Yeah, that and a lot of there's stupid people out there that still debate that King DD is an eagle and not a penguin.
Isn't he a penguin?
He's supposed to be a penguin, but there are so many people out there say that he's an eagle and not a penguin.
Well, I don't trust some people, quite frankly.
You wouldn't want them to drive your kid to school, right? So
No, if you can't agree on what you think King DD is, we can't be friends.
If you say King DD is an eagle, get away from my kid.
You're indoctrinating him. Now this matchup. This matchup seems
Oh no!
So MPG has a Pro GCC.
Like
The
C2,
entire venue erupting is so funny.
C2, I absolutely would, but like this is me, like someone that goes like.
I
0-2.
only wouldn't. I wouldn't because it just started and I don't care enough.
Yeah, that is the.
I don't know how
thing
Key
to do.
feels. I feel like I'll let him play through it because it's Key. I couldn't take it from MPG because we played squads at a major at like 22 collision, and my cable kept disconnecting randomly, so I just unplugged it after. Like after second time, he didn't, and he let me just play it out. I was like, thank you.
So
So
we do have one of the TOs.
probably Moose.
Yeah, it looks like Mega
Moose is probably going, hey, Key,
I remember
you can do
those.
this.
Yeah, he was wearing those PJs early on today, or at least they look as comfortable as PJs.
They do. So yeah, so I'll say this matchup seems pretty painful, but because.
And,
Okay,
so
so
yeah,
while
before
we
we
start, I guess I'll talk about so MPG currently looking to be #1 in
Booze
Philly.
out there.
Currently going to be #1 in Philly. Only his worst loss is DTP. So take that as you will.
Okay.
DTP got 5th last Bears, and he lost to Amir and the train ride home.
To be fair, DTP was like on another level.
Which says how much. That's like, oh, you lost to that person?
Yeah.
That's your worst loss this season, as some people's best win this season.
Exactly.
So it really does show how MPG's been doing. He's been doing pretty good against a lot of people that he used to struggle with. Aloe has been struggling really bad against him. Beast beat him not too long ago, but hasn't been able to beat him since, I believe, Girls Who Game in Winner's Finals, I think is when they played. Winner's Finals over to semis.
Okay.
So, yeah, but MPG, I feel like, has discovered this new playstyle, and I feel like that the playstyle we're going to be seeing here today might not him first place, but we're first got to make it past a DD, and you know, as you're at the top, everyone wants your head, and this is no exception, because getting an MPG win is big, especially with how he's been doing, and he loves big wins, especially with his not too long ago win over Omega.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown, and right now MPG is staring down a DD who's locking down stage control, utilizing Gordo pretty effectively. He did have a Gordo and grab opportunity underneath that left platform a couple interactions ago. Crash Bomb going to do a pretty substantial job, especially when MPG is thirsting for that KO, and there ain't nothing that cleans that plate easier than that back air. Just very effective, especially when you have that DDDs are prone to utilizing that multi-hit underneath that underneath stage more often than not to keep their opponent guessing when they're going to throw out that invuln up B. Just it's prime real estate for MPG. Just throw out, falling down back air into jumping back air, and he still has enough time to get back with rush. It's just
Oh
my god, more time in the world than anything else. Just going full send with that down air, and oh my god, what's happening?
Now we take the stock. It doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
He also doesn't have a normal pro controller, by the way, so there's not. So I just can't unplug it. He should probably get another wire. Because usually the reason this happens, it's either the port or the wire, and it's most likely the wire. Wire is usually the most common one. He might be changing it out right now. He does not seem to care, but that's also him. He's a jovial fellow. Yeah, Mega Moose would bring him the new cable. But I didn't realize how good Crash Bomb would be in this. If DD starts stalling off stage, either has to burn an air dodge or take the hit, which means he's not jumping.
Right.
Or he's not in an up B, which means he gets a backer. Or he up B's preemptively, and if he's descending, because DD up B owns his armor when he's rising, not descending.
Right, yeah. So,
if he's descending when a Crash Bomb hits, he kind of just dies, so
absolutely.
A lot goes into it that he just has to deal with, as we're also dealing with controllers, and I don't know what we're doing now. I don't know if we're continuing. I guess we're... Okay, he's taking the stock.
No, yeah.
He got hit by a Gordo. It's deserved.
Everybody gets one, as the time-honored.
Now, this is where he reverse 3-0s and makes his countries proud.
His country.
Georgia, Philly, and the DD
Georgia's
Nation.
a whole country.
And Antarctica for the other Penguins. Some of the Georgia's talents.
I don't know if that's an insult or not, so I'll just let that hang.
It was Genesis 2019 when the game first came out. Remember?
Oh,
that one
okay.
TO called all the Europeans Penguins
A
had low
TO
seeds
called them that? I
because
thought it
they
was on the
seeded them
crowd.
low. No.
Oh my God. Okay. That's something wild for a TO to do. That's insane.
Some TOs do not care, which is both funny and help.
Unbelievable. But right now, yeah, this even off the back of this the stock claim from the desync there.
You would not known he had disconnected.
Exactly, yeah. MPG just still 3-1 now, 2-1, and just bobbing and weaving. As I've said before, if you've watched a couple of Adventure Bears, that he's a very fluid Mega Man. Like, he won't like hunker down and use projectiles just very, very stationary. He'll move along with them, or he'll incorporate them into his movement in some way, and that just really goes into his toolkit of like very surprising combos, or just very surprising strings that he can get off of how Mega Man is as a character, almost pop shield, but the star actually
Yeah, that's
poking
almost like
all
never
things.
punishable unless
Right.
you're like away from it. 'Cause how big it is, and how much shield pressure it does, and MB just try to shield grab that, and yeah, you're not anywhere near him. But
Like you said,
he
Crash
just
Bomb.
trying to find a way to make it back. Now he did take his Metal Blade though.
All right.
A back air.
Wow, good raw bear for sure. And again,
But now
Crash
he's
Bomb
stuck.
on stage. Yeah, there you go.
Tower hasn't dropped his pressure. It's back again.
Crafting the shield through it, and utilizing Rush to sort of mix up his snap to ledge.
Ooh, but threading the needle with that F smash,
I was
going right under it and taking that stock.
about to say that he was circumventing that Metal Blade very, very well, but not able to get around it entirely to get back to full control of main stage before MPG did sweep that up. And right now, he utilizing the knowledge he gained from that, because again, really have to be on your toes against MPG, because he has certainly more in the back in terms of his gameplay style. Like, he has not shown you his entire stock of what he can do.
Yeah, his arsenal goes quite deep. I haven't seen him Yonky Splinky anyone yet. Which the fact that is a term I can say and have and attached to an actual thing he does is very funny. Metal Blade dropping, and I think to the footstool in it might be a little bit. That's probably good. I feel like a very big thing with Mega Man is it's really hard to approach him when he's just shooting you with pellets for 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And cutting down all the distance, I think, is very helpful. Though something I did kind of realize when I played him on Friday, Mega Man's deceptively good with biplats, because it's kind of like Wolf, where he kind of just bounces between them. And the reason why Wolf isn't as broken on uniplats is because, like, okay, he can camp under them, sure, but now you don't have to catch him. Now he isn't bouncing between some. He's either bouncing from a platform, not to a platform, which means to the corners, or he's trying to get to a platform, which is like, okay, he's going above you, so now you know how to deal with it.
Exactly. Yep.
But otherwise, I don't know if that was an option for him. I would expect MPG fan.
Huh? DI, I guess.
My people need me. That was some of the worst DI I think I've ever seen from him. And usually his DI is not bad.
No, yeah, but I mean, just 76, I believe the percent was, and DDD to go out at that low of a level is very startling.
Yeah,
for sure.
considering how much he lived earlier.
And like you said, that platform game means that they're gravitating more towards jumping, if not hanging out on them, and it's why we're seeing a lot more up airs come out from MPG, and not a whole lot, but they have been pretty substantial when we have seen them. Just shutting down the up B rush option there. He's starting to get some legwork after that miscue of a DI option. But in terms of closing out a stock, able to avoid the, again, for how DDDs get back on the stage, they gravitate so low, and MPG is just ready and waiting for that down air. So really, he has to fight tooth and nail to get back from this ledge scenario. Does so with the fallback Gordo, but he has to clean his stock right here, right now to have, I guess, really any chance going forward.
Yeah, and I feel like DD doesn't have a great option for just kind of like getting himself in there. Like, Gordo's kind of his best option, and I feel like when DD can't use Gordo, it's really hard.
And he was on regrab, which is why we see he just, you know, Rolodexing, what am I going to do? Basically asking himself, not even trying to get MBG to ask that, but as soon as he saw him hop, trying to go towards platform, then second guessing going towards ledge, he's like, okay, multi-hit up smash, and that was that for that stock.
Yeah, I feel like he's not playing as well as he did earlier, just because I'm seeing misses I feel like I usually don't see from him.
Yeah.
Like that DI on the bear, just him, that regrab was just kind of weird from him. I feel like he's just making some missteps, and MBG just punishing them extremely well. Every time he makes a mistake, he's there to capitalize, and even when he's not making a bad mistake, he's still there to capitalize. It's just hard. Like, that wasn't even like a bad option.
Yeah.
MPG was just there. I honestly don't even know if he stays D. He might do it because that's just how he works. But Fox, or at least try it. I just, that just feels really bad. And MPG's just under something he needs to do really, really well.
No, yeah, like, just, he has more of a, obviously, you know, bigger character, bigger target, but, like, he's just more, more assured, if not more combos are going to go his way, more things are going to go his way, and the more positives you give to a top player, like top seeded number 2 right now, obviously you don't want to do that. So like, but we are sticking with the DDD of all things. So, all right.
I don't want to say he ego picks DDD. Actually, I'm going to say he does kind of ego pick DDD. It's like, no, I can do this with DDD. I will do this with DDD.
Okay.
Which is why he's only just barely, finally reluctant to agree to a secondary that is, like, good in Fox. But, like, he wants to solidify himself as the best DD in the world, and there's no other way to do that than just pedal to the metal, even in a matchup as hard, as awful as against a player as good as this. But, hey, if he does it, it would be one for the making, and reverse tiers are always possible.
For sure. And very rarely seen, at least in this set, but finally the very, very lethal and very hated Leaf Shield coming out of all things. I really don't see a whole lot of need for it right now because, again,
he took his up air.
Yeah. Right now, Key having a little better of a run right now. I think it's just because he's been a lot more suffocating in terms of, you know, finding an opportunity and running with it as much as he can. And again,
up tilt?
I believe it was up smash.
I don't know. It was one of the two.
Okay.
I just saw Mega Man go down and shoot up, and I did not know what it was. But I definitely agree with you on him just keep playing more aggressive and it working out. Like, honestly, like, it's better to force himself in and then just be in the corner because honestly, you're just eating the same damage at this point.
Yeah, and I mean, like, as a heavy character, both you can shrug off, like, the early 50-60%, and, like, you know you're going to get hit doing that. So, like, you can't be as trepidatious as that. You have to be a little fearless, a little bravado, because, you know you're going to get hit as a bigger player.
Yeah, and DD is traditionally the heavy that, like, just kind of plays slow, kind of plays in the back. He kind of throws Gordo out and sits behind it. He lived that. Yeah, so you're just the SDI that down and not jump or air dodge at the end of it. That move is also plus on block, I heard.
Yep.
Which is insane. But it makes such a good juggling tool because of that, and it's why we see MPG use it so much. So we'll see him just use it set up for combos, like falling up air into rising up air into forward air, and that gives him, like, good, like, 40%, and it's just so good.
Metal Blade canceling that dash, or down tilt as well, and he right now on the back pedal, trying to get back from where he has been struggling on that ledge. Redirects the Metal Blade that time around, though. Gives him an opportunity to get back. Can't find the back air connection. And again, he's resorting to jumping a whole lot when he's on those platforms. And
oh my
winding
God.
up that forward smash was a bit bold. You know, I like, again, the bravado is something you need, but I think that was a little too much. Obviously, DDD and F-Tilt go hand in hand. Hindsight being 2020 as it is, that would have been the safer option, but all told, MPG still locking down the advantage right now, but 81, you have a better chance of keeping this toe-to-toe, if not going to final stocks.
Ooh, unsafe dash attack.
Okay.
Something I also would like to compliment Key on is I feel like he's been playing offstage so much better this game, and he's actually willing to swing back on MPG because he knows that MPG plays really aggressive offstage. I really like that, but it's now not mattering as much because you can know he's going to swing there, and
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
going down.
Yeah.
One would think that he wanted the short throw of that Gordo instead of the long throw, because
Honestly, I don't think it mattered because because I backer would just hit it back.
I
and
mean, yeah, you're
it's just kind of unfortunate. I just kind of look at the scenario and it's like, oh.